بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome all of you wherever you are. I welcome you back with the second lecture of Fatwa that comes to you Monday, the 28th of Sha'ban, the 16th of February. That comes to you from Mishkah Center in Houston, Texas. The first question today, and this is one of the questions that came from the first part of the Fatwa Life today. And the first one, can you make hijama while you are fasting? Or you do that coloscopy for the stomach with the sedation? What is break your fast? Is to intentionally to eat and drink. And the fasting is what you hold from stop eating or drinking, and also your sexual intercourses. And also, one of the things that breaks the fast is whenever you throw up intentionally. So, what is the thing that will void the fasting? Whatever passed the throat and went to the stomach, whether it is to feed or not, from a direct way or indirect way. The thing that will void your fasting, what went through the throat all the way to the stomach, whether it is something that's going to feed you or non feed you, whether in normal way or not normal way. Meaning, if you put glucose IV, this will avoid your fasting, because it will be indirect eaten. The hijama is a different issue, because it's disputed between the scholars. The first one, that is not going to void your fasting. This is the majority of the scholars, Hanafi, Maliki, and Shafi'i, from their evidence that the Prophet ﷺ, he made hijama while he's fasting, in the hadith of Ibn Abbas. In the other hadith of Anas, did you hated the hijama? They said no, except because of weakness. It's just because it weaks you as if you're fasting. And some of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, and this is you see the companions, because they're all understanding that the Prophet ﷺ, he forbid to continue day and night fasting and the hijama for the fasting, but he didn't make it forbidden. He did it so it will be merciful on his companions, because he did that. So when he was asked, I said, my Lord will feed me and give me drinks. So he did not forbid them, but he out of mercy, told people not to do it. The Hanabila, they said it is void your fasting, and only in Hanbali madhab they did, because of the hadith. There's a hadith, he broke his fast, the person who do the hijama and the one who is done to. The Islamic North America's fiqh, they said it's not one of the things that's going to break your fast. And the same thing like taking blood for in the lab and stuff like this, or to donate the blood, is not voiding your fasting. So how we go to the hadith that he broke his fast, the one who make the hijama and the one's done to him. Al-Hafidh ibn Hajar said, he is the best to explain the Bukhari. He said, in that explanation of that hadith, he alayhi salatu wasalam, he did hijama while he's making ihram and when he's fasting. And others said, that's indicate meaning that rule was overridden because of what he did, alayhi salatu wasalam. And Shafi'i said the same thing. But to be guarded, wait until you break your fast and then do hijama. Well, how about being sedation during the fasting and part of the day? He he was unconscious for 7 hours. This is not going to break your fast, even if he was unconscious the whole day. If it happened during the fasting, after the sun rise, even if it's till Maghrib, that's not going to avoid his fasting, unless accompanied with having IVs. And the same thing for the coloscopy in the stomach. And this is the choice of the International Fiqh Committee. The following question, since we are in Ramadan, what does it mean, the faith and the saying of the companion, we have learned the faith before we learned the Quran? The relation between faith and the Quran is very obvious. What is the faith here that the companions learned before they learned the Quran? The faith here are the actions of the heart, believing, acceptance, and loving. And so it is easier to follow the other limbs with that. Islam is not a philosophical theory. It talks the heart before the brains and purify people's souls, so they will be ready after that to follow. Allah Azza wa Jal said, let those who were given the knowledge that it is the truth from your Lord. Look at this arrangement. Let those who were given the knowledge, it is the truth from your Lord, they will believe in it, then their hearts will soften to it. Then their hearts will follow. So they believe in it, then their heart will settle with it. So to believe and to follow. And Allah is going to guide those who believe to the straight path. The Prophet ﷺ, he raised them on the faith in Allah and to attach Allah's attributes and names, hoping what Allah has from paradise and the goodness, and afraid of what He has of punishment for those who disobeyed Him. So when their faith was strength, and their fear of Allah, and their love to Him, and their concern about making Him pleased with them, they followed His orders, and they left everything He forbid them. In the Sahih Bukhari, Aisha, Allah be pleased with them, she said the first thing came in, one of the surah that talks about the paradise and heaven and paradise. When people went to Islam, then what is forbidden and what is allowed. Because if Allah bought do not drink, then they'll say we will not leave drinking ever. And if they say do not commit adultery, they will say we will not do that. But Allah put the faith in their heart. One of the current sheikhs, he put a book about what did humanity lost by the absence of the Muslims. He said the Prophet ﷺ is feeding their souls with the Quran, and he teach them the faith and still raise them very accurately deep in their heart, and the Quran purify their souls, and the places with the Prophet ﷺ increase their faith and make them away from the desires. and they are anxious to go to heavens, and they are concerned about knowledge. So the biggest problem was uh, taken care of, which is the shirk, the put partner with Allah and disbelieve in Him. Then everything came easy. Islam won against the ignorance in the beginning, the first battle. Then it was victory for him in every battle. The following question: I am a math teacher. I work in a special schools. There is no positions in the public schools, and now they opened it from the, but it's in the military college. I can I shave my beard because of the military etiquette? Uh, and only this period. Well, with to leave the to leave let go of your beard grow, it's natural, but and it is recommended, is good, but it is okay for somebody like you that you can shave it, because the Prophet ﷺ said about those who disbelieve in Allah after their faith, except for those who were forced and his heart is settled with the faith. But those whose hearts are open with the disbelief, these are the ones who have the anger from Allah. Another beautiful question: if the husband told his wife about the good deeds that he does that take out his reward in the showing off? Well, not every knowledge of the good deed will take the reward, because yes, it does part of showing off, but Allah Azza wa Jal said it is good too, because Allah said if you hide it is good, but if you did, like if someone is doing fundraising, if somebody started with $10,000, he is encouraging others to beat the shaitan in this first uh, uh, delivery, and this is the thing that take out the reward is the showing off or asking for their compliments or to show off that his goodness. This is the showing off. The heart has to be accompanied with the intention. But if the husband told his wife about the good deeds that he done for good reasons, to calm him about where the money is, what he did, like she says, oh well, we have an income. Where did the money go? So he's trying to, comfort her that, or he's consulting with her about his charity. She's his partner, or to encourage her to do good deeds, or to be a good example for her and his kids, so he could show where the money goes. With that, inshallah, the reward is complete, because what is intended is not the showing off, but it is to advise. The purification is to purify the action from the citing of others. From its signs that you don't ask a witness beside Allah, nor a rewarder beside Allah. Your actions are equal in hidden or in exposed, and whomever saw his sincerity, he needs sincerity in that regard. Whenever you think that you have 100% sincerity, you need sincerity. So to show the good deed is not showing off by itself. The showing off is when you need people's intention to their eyes and the deed. Have you seen the wolves when they go to a flock of sheep? The wolf, he will not uh, be satisfied. The lion will eat only if he is hungry, but if he is full, he's not going to eat. But the wolf, he will eat one and he will, injure other two. Like he could ruin the whole sheep. I've seen that some people caught a wolf and they put him in a place where they get a dog to bite him while they are beating him. This is something that's right, even though if you kill, you are kind when they do it. But to show you how the corruption of the wolves to a group of sheep. The one who wants, who would do it trade so he can have money or to be the status. Nothing worse than you're concerned about your honor and your religion. The worst thing if you lose your religion. And the final question, after reciting Ibn al-Qayyim and other books, I'm confused. How could you get to the ideal level? What is the level of piety that we all have to abide with? Well, faith has 3 degrees, 3 levels. The first one, the general faith, and that one, yes, you cannot be faithful until you reach that stage. It has 2 pillars: to believe the news and to follow it. You found in your heart to believe in the news and to so whomever did not have the belief and to follow is not a Muslim. The second level, to believe with the obligations, to do the obligation and leave what is forbidden. The third one, to believe in the things that are recommended, to do the sunnah, and to leave the things that are hated, and to be away from the things that are doubtful. And nothing could be closer to Allah more than what Allah has obligated you. And you're still getting closer to Allah with the other voluntarily prayers till He loves him. When He does, He is the hearing that He hears and what He sees and the one hand that He hit with. And if he asks Allah, He will give him. And if he asks my refuge, I will refuge him. And there is nothing I hesitate on. I'm doing it like my hesitation on holding the soul of my servant. He hates death, and I hate to harm him. Can the clothes be clean? If it is clean with something besides water? Yes, you what intended to leave the filth. As long as you are leaving it with something pure, so don't wash it with urination. You wash it with something that is pure, so you don't have any color or smell. Sometimes it's a light color that you cannot get out. It's okay. After the person get uh, how do you avoid someone who have that bad feeling about certain people? I could understand your psychological problem, but this is not how you put things. You are making general statement here because there is like some tyrants. Why are you generalizing everybody else? What did the other ones who are innocent from this? You were among them. That's how you were before, and Allah has did you good. There's still some oppressed, and they're still under the tyrants and the injustice. What? Talk about your own families, your father, your brother, your uncle, your cousins. Your these are victims like you. If you keep saying this is the whole people, then your problem is with tyrants. But the rest have no choice. So avoid these meanings and say, Oh Allah, don't make in our hearts any hatred toward those who believe before us. And don't have that hatred speech to those who don't deserve it. You are hitting the person who don't deserve it. Readjust your compass and your feelings. The fourth question, the urination of the newborn. The hadith, the the male you just sprinkle water, and the other one you wash it. For the female, is to make dua on those who have been tyrant on from the people of the disbelief, and they killed our brothers to enter hellfire and to wish they would never enter Islam. So they'll get the punishment of the fire and the hereafter. Is there a sin for making a dua like this? Well, you make the dua on those who are who are honest. Musa said in the Quran, Oh Allah, you have given garments to Pharaoh and his soldiers, Oh Allah. And then the rest of the ayah where he made dua against them until they take the severe punishment. But don't generalize. Not every person that, not everybody is a tyrant. It is a few that are oppressive, majority. It's like you. Not like ease the hardship on our brothers everywhere. Amen. The final question, we pray Fajr 30 minutes after the Adhan. Some people they pray immediately after the Adhan can because they had to work. Can you have two groups? If you're talking about from the east, the candle, they are correct in timing. And the Sheikh talk about a specific area in Egypt. But if you want to take the safeguard to delay the prayer 12, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, but important, don't make a fitna among people. And it is okay for those who pray on time. Then he did it with the people after that. It is okay. Prophet was asked about the leaders of June. They delay the prayer on time. He said, do the time on its time. Make your prayer with the rest of the people as your extra. Mu'adh bin Jabal, he used to pray with the Prophet ﷺ, then he'll go to his house and he will lead the prayers with them. So it is okay to make that prayers. With your prayer, obligatory prayer or sunnah, or voluntarily prayers. How the person distinguish in his heart and he be safe from the sin. If he hates the rich people because of the corruption and there is no opportunities that are equal. Allah said, do not put your eyes on the things that we have given people in this life. It is the flower of this life, and Allah says it's good, better. There is a way to cure that. You talk to the rich and you put them, they are the most losers by Allah. That's what the Prophet ﷺ swore 3 times. He said, the ones who have more money, except for those who throw it here and there, and they are very few. But at the same time, you teach the poor, you teach him on self-satisfaction, and the sustenance is not in the money. The calmness of your heart is equal to all the treasures in this life. To live peacefully, you are safe in your as if the whole earth changed. How many rich people wish they could be in the lives of those who are poor, those who are satisfied and happy with what Allah provided them. So my son, again, whether Allah Azza wa Jal open mercy, nothing will hold it back. The adage of socialism is to bring people against each other. The communists, they used to talk to the poor, want them to unite. And he says that every money that the rich people are enjoying, it is the sweat of it's your inheritance that were taken away from you. So to entice the community against each other, this is communist, not the guidance of the Prophet ﷺ. Be happy with Allah has given you, and remember Allah has given first. And the Sheikh citing all this, the ayat from the Quran that support that. And a question from someone who was the whispering of the shaitan. Without going to the question, I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to heal you from this. And and the Shaykh is making dua for that brother who have the sickness of the whispering of the shaitan. And he's saying those who have that problem, his divorce is not accepted even if he clarified it, even if he said it. Because he is not in his right mind and there's no, unless he intentionally intended, and that's his intention and his directions, and he was accepting it. That's his final decision. And that time then is done. So we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to guide us. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.